Okay, folks. Hey, this is Colin from Kincaid Outdoors. How you guys doing? Hey, Rob, how you doing? ACR, Lori, Doug. Glad you could make it. This live is actually was. I was talking to SD Mountain Man on Tuesday after my live, and some things that we were going to go over that we talked about is about the stuff we were doing for our bug out bag challenge over at the Watch Your County Flea Market. Now, some of the things he didn't have in his gear that I have in my gear, and he's got stuff in his gear that I don't have in my gear, that we're going to be trying to encompass either the 15Cs or something similar to. Though I do have some things I am lacking because I just haven't purchased them yet. But that's one of the things about the Bug Out Bag Challenge. I will try to find either those items or alternatives to those items as I go. I got a full day to try to encapsulate the essence of what I need for a bug out bag. So glad you guys could make it, and we can get started and see what kind of things you guys got, because I like asking both of you guys questions. One of the things that I did do while I was waiting was I had this really big piece of flint that I'd got at the Watch Your County Flea Market a few years ago, and I broke it down into a more manageable piece instead of that big honking piece I had before, and it sparks amazingly well. And I even tested it on a piece of char cloth, and it sparks really well, really quick. Now, I know a lot of these items I have discussed in the past few weeks, but there's some other items that I have not. One of the things it's in the 5Cs that I don't usually talk about is the cutting tools that I have. Now, everybody can have a cutting tool such as a knife of some kind, such as a Mora, or even, as this was a folding saw. This one here happens to be a Black & Decker pruning saw, or a hatchet of some kind. Those are, the three that I have personally. Now, I'm sure someone that either would have a bow saw or other methods that I don't personally carry at the moment, but those are the three that I have at the moment. Okay. If you guys want to come up, the link is at the top of the chat. Please feel free to jump up. Here comes CR. Hey, CR, how you doing, brother?
What up, everybody? I figured I'd join you for a little bit of time up here.
Oh, you're more than welcome, sir. Glad you could make it. Like I was saying, that I was talking with SD Mountain Man, Scott, about our challenge that we're going to be doing on the first weekend of next month over at the Watch Your County Flea Market. And I'm personally using the 15 C's of survival as a guideline, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the items I have multiple of. Some of them I have none of. And one I have to replace because it completely broke. And that would be my compass. So one of the things I'll be looking for is a compass.
I know you might pick up two, right?
Huh?
One for the bag, one for yourself.
Exactly. Because the one I had snapped in half. So, it's going to make it unusable. But, I mean, I've had button compasses and stuff like that, but I can't really gauge stuff on myself, mind you, on maps with a button compass. I can't, guide myself across the terrain if I don't know.
A button compass is usually for, like, just general direction.
Exactly. Not for navigating on a map.
Well, or for something more precise. It gives you a general direction.
Or orienteering yourself to the terrain via the map. So trying to figure out where you are on the map itself using your compass, which is a big headache in my bit because I get things twisted around in my head. But one of the things that I just explained while you're coming up was the cutting tools that I have. Yes, I use the word tools, plural, because as the saying goes, two is one, one is none.
Yep.
Well, I'm a firm believer in three, the rule of three. 1, 2, 3.
So 3 is 2 and 4 is more.
No, it's better be safe than sorry. But I mean, I have more than just these knives. I mean, but those are the using these as a basic setup, because I mean, I have multiple cutting tools, and they're each has their own purpose. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
like
It's
this one
just
here
like a
is my skinning
saw,
knife.
an axe,
Exactly.
you know.
I have a saw. I have an axe. But as for knives, I got one for skinning game, and I've got one for just general. This one here would, because the blade is really small, short lengthwise.
Maybe
Probably
for carving.
carving, basic game processing, that kind of thing. Nothing major. But this is my Memorial Rigid, which I picked up at the Iowa Deer Classic this year. I like the way it feels. I like the way that it's not, the blade's not too long. I have 3 Moros in my possession, but the only thing I can't do with this one is I can't use it on my ferro rods because it's got the groove.
It's rounded off. It's got a groove. I thought it was rounded off.
No. This is a groove. As you can see, it goes all the way down the blade.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to grind a flat spot right here where I can do that. That's
I'm always a proponent of trying to add something like that into, like, let's say a knife if it doesn't already have one, or quote unquote a multi-tool, because relatively it's easy and you don't really add weight, but you add functionality. So if you add functionality with no weight, hey, I'm game for that.
Well, here's my skinning knife.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's basic stuff. I don't need a gut hook as of yet because I'm not going to be going after big game right off the bat, because unless you have a place to store it, you don't need it.
You got to process it and preserve and all that stuff, right?
That's a lot of time. When you're on the go, but in the bug out bag situation or a get home bag situation, those are like 72 hours both ways at minimum, depending on how far you have to walk. Like, say if I had to get home from work, it would take that's 50 miles driving. Imagine having to walk it. That's a long ways to go. So I would say 2 days.
You said 50? Did you say 50?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think I said?
No. I'm just making sure I heard right.
Yeah, I live here for a reason, because it's cheaper.
I was making sure I didn't hear 15 in there for some reason.
No, 15, is nothing. That's
I was about to say.
I could do that in a couple hours. No, but 50 from one major metropolitan area, it takes me about a half an hour just to get out of town. Half an hour to an hour to get out of town walking. Because Des Moines is the capital city of Iowa, and it is huge. Cornfed can attest to that because he lives in the middle.
That's an over 1 hour drive at highway speed.
The thing is, highway speed is 70 miles an hour here. I'm not sure what the highway speed is where you're at, since you're in Canada.
But so to walk it's like 8-10 times longer.
Probably.
Walk, at least.
I think it's cheaper, Rob, but that's my personal reason, because I mean, I get a 3-bedroom house for the price of a 2-bedroom apartment, and I get a backyard. I get a backyard, which I mean, I'd rather have that than being boxed in any day and surrounded by thousands of people I don't know. But that's me personal. But on the other C's that I got, I've got different containers for different things. I mean, I've showed you guys this one. This is my Pathfinder water bottle, and the canteen and the cup with the lid. So I can cook with both of these containers. I can, process water, that kind of thing. So this has got multiple uses, not just cooking, but processing, purifying water.
Oh, and the mesh bag counts as a container, because you can put wild edibles in there and such.
Yep, and also maybe catching fish if I get really.
Well, technically, one thing you could do with mesh, like a bug net or something, if you had to in the wintertime, you put a bunch of snow into it and melt the snow into your container by the fire.
Well, since my container is metal, I could just set the
Well, let's just say you've already had water in there, right? Or let's just say you whatever. But
yeah. If I needed
something I picked up a
just put
long
it in
time ago.
here, put it up against the fire near the fire, and it'll do that. The same with the cup, technically.
Well, let's just say you need more water than right, and you already had your metal container on the fire. You can get a little bit more
Right.
while
Well, I
waiting.
carry more than one container.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, two is one is none. Now this is one container. This is the other container. So basically, that one's processes the water. That one processes the water. This one here holds the water. So this is my drinking water would be, or the water one I use for either cleaning or making food, what have you.
Yeah,
So
the clean water that you have.
Yeah, my processed clean water.
Yeah.
So like
something
I said,
you're not putting into your body or something like that.
corn-fed. This is agree to disagree. That's all I'm going to say. You cannot convince me to live in a city. Ever. I'm a small town guy. I will remain so. Thank you very much. But the other thing is cordage. I have multiple cordages I carry with me. Most people know about this one right here that I got from Cliff. This contains about 36 feet of paracord. Now, is that a lot enough for most situations? It can be, but it'd be barely, which is why.
You said 30 feet?
About 36 feet.
Okay. It depends what you're using it for.
Well,
I find
it depends on actually if I get the footage right, because Cliff's the one guesstimated how much he used. But I also overestimated the size of my wrist, so it's a little larger than the average paracord bracelet, which not necessarily a bad thing. But I also have a keychain that has paracord on it and a roll of 100-foot extra. Never have too much of this. But
yeah, there's probably multiple uses. Well, not just multiple uses, but probably specifically for lashing purposes.
Well,
or let's say you got to pull something, for example, so something like to replace like fishing line or something for pulling purposes, or let's say you got to.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons. The first thing would probably be my my keychain that has probably about 4 to 6 feet of paracord on it, depending on how it's a strip about this long, same kind of braid as this one, but it has those 7 strands in there, which I can tie together. And I could use those for either lashing things down, like you said, or I could use them for making a fishing pole for catching fish, which I do have a fishing kit in here for. That'd be under, I think there's a word for it, for acquiring food. I can't remember what it's called, but they had another name for it. Let's see here. What was it? This was on a different thing I had. This from Bruce Zalowski. I can't pronounce the last name because I think it's Polish. But they had a thing for procuring food, like fishing gear, that kind of thing.
Well, yeah. I mean, in theory, I know Dave Canterbury's shown how to make a fishing net, but if you have enough the cord, the inner strands of the paracord, then maybe you might be able to do something.
Well, yeah, that would be. I mean, like I said, it's for small things. I mean,
yeah.
My big thing of paracord could be used to that. Am I going to be making a net? Probably not. I've got hooks, sinkers, and fish hooks, and swivels, so which I could use the paracord for making a small fishing thing or a trout line if I needed to. So
it's probably more for lashing repairs. I know. Lori said that she has bank line for that. Yeah.
No, for lashing and repair, I do carry something else. Give me a second. I'm trying to remember where I put it, but I think it's in this one. It's in this one here. I carry. Nope, not that one. The other one. I don't remember which pockets I put things in, but I do have line for wax thread for these. I got my leather needles, canvas needles, a really good supply of both. I have a small thing of artificial sinew with another leather needle.
Mm-hmm. So you've got the canvas needle, everyone.
I've got leather. I do leather work. I know how to do that, so I can work with both. But it comes my leather. Those needles came with a spool of wax thread.
Mm-hmm.
A big, good size thing. It didn't cost me much. And which is really funny is that my artificial sinew spool fits inside the other one.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Also, I have a really good size piece of flint in there with the kit too. Never go wrong with that. Having too much of that, because you don't have to worry about hunting down flint for your flint and steel.
Mm-hmm.
Now, bank line is great if you can find the number 36 tarred bank line. Not everybody can find it. That's why
I was going to say, usually people prefer the twisted over the braided.
Yep, and I can make my own cordage if I needed to, because a lot of the techniques for making bowstrings is used for making regular cordage too.
What's it? The reverse wrap, I think, right?
Yep. Yeah. That's the same wrap I use for making bowstrings, which I already know how to do. I do have some one additional item that's not in my backpack, which I probably would put in a Bugout bag, though most people might say there's something about too much weight. But it depends on if it's worth having or not. I've got a trout line already, all set up.
Oh, I see.
And this one here is, let's see here, how many is it? About 36 hooks and everything already set up. All I have to do is, stretch it out, bait it, and everything else, and there we go. So I only paid, what was it I paid for it? $6 for this. So.
Mm-hmm. What's up, Blake? Blake's in the house with us.
Hey, Blake, how you doing, brother?
Don't worry, I'll keep tabs on the side chat for you.
Yeah, that's cool. Thank you. Yes, I know it's extra weight, but you got to take into account, is the weight worth the what? If you're bugging out completely
for the function.
I mean, I'll be carrying some other stuff on here that's not even on here, and one of them is my bow. A lot of people may carry other firearms, but I would be carrying my bow because, one, you can't hear it coming, and my ammo is reusable.
To a certain extent.
Someone says, "Oh, but they break," but I know how to make it.
To a certain extent. To a certain extent.
Yeah. But I know how to make arrows, so you can't make a bullet out of nothing.
Yeah, and that takes heat.
Yeah. And
some metal for that.
I only have one item for cover. I'm sorry to say at the moment. I want to change that. I was going to try to purchase a hammock, which I'm not a very big fan of, but it was cheap. They only wanted $5 for it at where I'm working at the DAV store, which is a disabled American veterans thrift store. And all I got right now is a 5x7 tarp. It's not perfect by any means, but it is better than nothing at all.
Well,
hey, Cecilia.
Hi, Cecilia. One of the things I've started to do a couple years back, more fine-tune the shelter aspect of a bag, is making sure I actually have dedicated cordage for it. That's like dedicated specifically for that task. Then I have extra cordage for air stuff.
I have different bags for different situations.
No, of course, there's your get-home bag, kind of, This
will be more of a get-home bag that I've got that I carry every day. It's my get-home bag, technically. But I would actually use my hiking backpack, my backpacking backpack that holds 70 liters to actually encompass a little bit more encompassed bag, which includes I'd have a tent in there, a sleeping bag, and some other things. I'd have a hydration pack, things that can hold more water, more things, but all that stuff would fit in there. And the only thing I don't have right now is I don't have a compass, which is broke, which I need to replace, and I don't have duct tape at the moment. I need to get some of that. I know, but I haven't done it yet. And
You
and
know
I
it's
was
funny. You know what's
what?
funny, Colin, about
What's
the
that?
duct tape? Me, and my friend found half a roll on the road before. It was still good.
Hey,
It's still good.
found cord. That duct tape is. People have said it many times before. It is the ultimate survival tool. If you got it,
Yeah,
and it's
and enough of it. You
huh?
need enough of it. You need enough of it. So,
Well, we're not going to be like Duct Tape Island or with the MythBusters or anything like that. But
and you're not making a bridge too. That's like they
or
did.
suspending a car over midair with duct tape, or making a cannon. Any of the numerous other things
But
that
for
they do with
repairs,
duct
like
tape.
for your tarp, your bags, something like that, uh, impromptu bandages if you needed to.
I've been looking for the right compass, Cecilia. I have not gotten to that point yet, but because I'm looking for a particular one, basically like the one I have.
Hmm.
I did get a link from Jason that it was the same style of compass that I have. It's for navigation through maps and stuff. And one of the things that most I just remember that I need to put in there as well is maps. It's technically not a part of the seas, but it should be. Having a general map of your area that you're freaking standing in. So
Hmm.
in my case, it would either be an Iowa transportation map or um, two county maps if I had to go that route.
Yeah,
But the thing is, I
something
know what
state or province wide.
correct. I mean,
Yeah,
you wouldn't need yourself because where you live, you wouldn't need the entire you know you know all the provinces of Canada in your bag
probably not.
because there's no way you're going to make. I mean, well, I can't say there's no impossible way, but eventually you would have to. It would take you about a year or more to walk from one side to the other, going through
Well,
different
yeah,
cities and all that other. Watching out for bears and other predators, human or otherwise,
yeah.
or even zombies. Who knows?
It would take. It takes at least 8 to 10 hours just to make it to the provincial border here. So imagine walking that. That'd be a long time.
Way to go, Blake. Got to remember to keep your charger handy.
Oh, come on, Blake. Even I'm
Technically, a
charging my
charger
phone.
for your devices would be a part of the C's you could throw in there. Without your
Charger.
device, it doesn't matter if you're one thing you can do with your phone, I guess. You can do the compass thing with your phone, but the thing is, unless you have satellite or signal, your phone is a paperweight. It doesn't matter if you have 100% charged or not, because if your signal's blocked, it's
Well,
just
you don't have access to that, but
uh-uh. I mean, I don't even have a compass on here because I figured once the power go. I mean, not that I have a way of charging my equipment that I'm not sure if everybody else does when there's no access to outside power. I have a little mini solar panel which I carry with me, but
no. To me, Colin, a phone would be just uh, cherry on top, kind of to sweeten the deal, but it's never
well,
the
I mean,
primary thing. I mean, it's one thing if the grid's up, you got signal, yeah. But if you don't, then you gotta utilize these other things.
well, one of the things that I noticed is you could use it for charging other devices other than your phone, like my little solar
Yeah,
panel.
flashlights,
Yeah,
and stuff.
flashlight in
Yeah.
particular, because a lot of people have these rechargeable flashlights, rechargeable headlamps, etc., or rechargeable hand warmers,
Hmm.
which I'd never understood. Why would you want to do that? Get yourself just a liquid one, and it works fine. But I guess like anything else, it does run out of fuel eventually.
Mhm.
You can't rely on instant hot packs forever. Now,
Mhm.
two more C's: cheese and crackers. You're not wrong, but that's under food. Or I'm not sure exactly
Oh,
what.
come on, guys. I just got here. We're already talking about food. It hasn't even been like
I didn't
25
bring it up.
minutes.
Actually, I did. I was going to mention that that's part of the things that I didn't have with me because
Yeah.
my current pack won't hold a lot. But then again,
Calories.
what?
Calories. That's what they say. I think that's what they name it as. Calories for food.
I have
As
no
in a C.
calories. Yeah, okay, calories. That would be under food procurement, which would be like the
Yeah.
fishing gear stuff I was telling you about.
Hmm.
So, unless I want to throw in like either a heater meal of some kind, either MRE or a
Hmm.
backpacking meal or whatever,
Some sort of freeze dry or whatever.
something to
Yeah.
give you simple calories.
Well, it could be even dehydrated stuff that you dehydrate, like fruits, nuts, something to
If you have those
eat on the
available,
run.
if
Eat
you're
on
like
the run.
if you're at work somewhere and you're nowhere near your preps, that's what I'm talking about. Like I said, mine's more of a get home bag at the moment. I do not have a technical bug out bag, but a lot of my gear would be basically the same thing.
Oh, oops! I thought I had the camera there. Like,
That's okay.
I forgot. I forgot.
Hey,
I forgot
Jason.
to change the camera. Thank goodness I didn't show my bad side. That
Now,
would be embarrassing.
on your bag, CR, what? I mean, the one thing I
They have
consider,
a bag right in front of me.
yeah, that's about the same. Mine's a full
I
size
can.
backpack. Mine is a triple E backpack.
That's like a get
Every
bag,
every
or at
day.
least yeah.
Go ahead.
Here's. I kind of use it. It's not. It's more of an if I'm out for longer periods of time. I need the kind of because I'm working on the system right now because I have another bag that I've been using too. So, but this bag I have worn. Even in some of my videos, some of my live streams have shown this bag.
That's
Not the
cool.
contents yet, but I've worn it.
I carry
So
mine everywhere. I carry
it's
it
just
to work.
part of me now. I mean,
I
it's
mean,
just
there's some things I can't carry into my workplaces, which is my knives and stuff because they don't like weapons on premises, that kind of thing. But I do carry my saw and basic pocket knives and stuff they do allow, which is weird. I got my multi tool that I carry, my Gerber suspension, which I carry.
well, I see Jason's in the chat with us. What's up, Jason? I
He's
see you
not
in
here
there.
yet.
No, he's in the chat.
I saw he's in the chat. I said hi.
Oh, well, I'm saying hi.
Okay. Actually, I do have a prepackaged heater meal that I got
Yeah.
from Jason. That was for hurricane relief. You basically just add water to the heater just like you would an MRE. It's not much, but I got one. One's better than none.
Well,
But
it's a start.
it is a start. I mean, personally, if I was going to do that, I would take the route of what I do as a backpacker because of weight. I would bring stuff that was like I get cheese packets from the Dollar Tree, which is basically the cheese sauce.
Yeah.
And
So use what you can get or have.
huh?
I said use what you have or can get right now.
Correct. And the thing is, I can get a packet of cheese sauce for $1 or so at the Dollar Tree, and I can pick up macaroni noodles anywhere. Every store has pasta, and combining those two, there's mac and cheese. Now throw in some tuna. You got like a tuna casserole. Throw in
You
a
got something a little bit
jerky.
more
You
filling.
got something else, but you could enhance what you have with. I mean, with 3 items, you get a decent meal.
Yeah,
Not a
something that'll fill
perfect.
you
I mean,
up.
not going to stuff you to the gills type of thing, but enough to sustain you. And all you're trying to do is get from point A to point B, depending on if you're coming, going, or trying to get out of Dodge really quick.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you read what I put down as the different bags that I was going to be discussing. Like you get the bug out bag, which we were talking about, the get home bag, which is basically the same thing but in reverse direction, and an inch bag, which is the one I call that the bag of last resort.
Mm-hmm.
You know what that means, right? The inch
Yep.
bags. Okay. And a
Last
WUSH bag,
resort.
which is something new that I picked up recently. You know what a WUSH bag is?
A whoosh.
WUSH. WUSH.
Well, that's a new acronym for me.
That's wake up, stuff's happening.
Oh, okay.
That basically that would have your important documents, some cash, things like that, your keys, anything you just need to grab and go.
Okay. So it's a form of a
Like
go
your
bag.
house is burning down.
Yeah, it's a
something
form
like
of a go bag then.
It's a mini go bag, but
It's more focused on something very specific. Let's just say fire, hurricane, or along the lines of that.
natural disaster type stuff. Yeah.
There I am.
Yeah, that force you out.
Thank you,
What's up,
Jason,
JD?
for coming.
How's everybody doing this evening? I hope everybody
Hi.
is doing well.
I am doing well, thank you.
I see
Hi, Molly.
Hey, Molly.
CR is still camera shy.
I want to see CR's face.
I just did like 5 minutes ago.
No, you didn't.
Watching.
Yeah, I did.
Show me your bag 5 minutes ago.
No, because I forgot to reverse the camera.
Still isn't, baby.
I bet you have a baby.
Just flash your face for a second there, CR, then she'll be happy.
Watch, honey. Watch.
Turn your
Let
camera
me,
on
put
and
a,
off.
let me put my hood on. It's because now I gotta change the camera again.
Just like this. Hi, everybody.
No, now I gotta change the camera back to the front again.
Well, he was showing off his bag, but he didn't go through it. He just showed that he had his bag.
Yes.
See, there he is. See?
Yeah, there you go. Now, another thing that you and I would have to take care of,
Native
including
Canadian.
Jason
See, I'm
told-
real, everyone. Look, I'm real.
No, CR, one of the things that you and I and Jason partial of the time
Thank you,
is
CR.
we would have to make sure we have extra prescription for our glasses, or if you have contacts, that kind of thing. Because if we, like myself, if I lose my glasses or my glasses break or whatever, that's
Well,
an
it's one
issue
thing
that
if
we
you
have to clear.
break. If you lose them, it's totally different.
Hey, Mallory, how you doing? Glad you can make it.
Mallory.
Hi.
I've got to get
Oh,
used to
yeah.
her new name, so that's going to be
Yeah.
taking some time. But yeah, glad you can make it, Mallory. I sent her an invite. CR, what? Okay, in your bag, what's the first thing you grab when you open it up?
Well, that depends on the time of year. Right now, spring. So right now, I have the rain poncho pretty much at the top.
I thought it was subscribed.
Okay, I don't. I usually have my jacket with me because I'll be wearing it, doesn't matter what the weather is, because I believe in the layering system.
Yeah.
I'd rather layer up because I can always add or subtract as I need it.
Yeah.
I had a line on a really nice military rain jacket, but some guy picked it up just as I was going for it, and they only wanted $3.95 for it. It was in my size, which really sucks. But it is what it
Was it
is.
his size too, then, huh?
Huh?
Was it his size as well?
Apparently so. But we do have something that happens at the DAV store that I never considered before. We actually have people who go through and buy stuff for sale online. They basically comb through everything and pick out the best bits and take it home to sell. That's what they do for a living. And there's guys at the store there every day, all day, picking up stuff
See?
like that.
Poncho.
Yep.
Right at the top.
I have
Right at the top.
I have a hunting coat that's waterproof.
I don't know if that'd be bad juju or not, but innovative. I'll give him that.
For what?
Going to the stores, buying up stuff, and reselling it online.
I missed out on a hammock this morning. I was there last night and it was gone this morning
Oh,
because they're open
Ah.
till 7:00 at night.
no, you'd be quiet.
First come, first serve.
Well, if I would have been smart, I would have grabbed it and put it aside, which I'm allowed to do, as long as I pay for it. But I have picked up a few things from here and there. There is actually one item that I actually haven't talked to you guys about yet. I dropped it back here behind my chair.
Ooh. Where is mine?
Give me a second to see if I can find it.
The con bandana.
A what?
The con bandana.
I got a bandana.
Oh, I thought we were talking about that because you didn't mention that yet.
No. Actually, this is I found a water filtration bottle.
Oh, okay.
A brand new one in the bag, and I had it's got to be set up to be able to use. It's very similar in use such as a Sawyer Mini is, but not exactly. It's a little different. And I have it back here. It fell off my thing when I was cleaning the other day, so I forgot to grab it. But I do have a Katadyn hiker water filter, which I carry with me. So I'd rather have 2 water filters instead of 1.
Like dinner tonight.
Okay, Bugout. Okay, hammocks. I am not a hammock person, Mallory. I will honestly say, because I like sleeping on the ground. But
I like sleeping in my bed.
well, me too. But the thing is, if you're in a situation where you can't, you got to use what you got. But I normally carry a sleeping pad, a sleeping bag, and a tent with me with my normal gear to go out and about.
And in
Hey, Mark, how you doing?
What's up, Mark?
Hey, Mark.
Yep, there was a hammock at work, and it didn't. I don't know if it came with a bug out with a bug net or anything like that because I wasn't able to purchase it because I can't go through it until I buy it. So, and I can only buy stuff when I'm off work, off the clock. But I do get 20% discount. So that's always a good thing. It's the good points and bad points of working at a thrift shop. But Mark can attest for some of the stuff. Hey, Mark, what kind of stuff do you have in your bug out bag or get home bag that you would be like, personally, I have water at the top of my list because I'm going to get wet no matter what. And if anybody knows my real first name, water's not a problem for me for a reason. But I'm sure, I think Jason may have heard it, but I know Cliff knows it, but he's not here yet. Have I ever, I can't hear you.
So I know what it is. I'm just not that rude.
Thank you. But the thing is, I mean, the first thing you grab out of your bag, Jason, what do you grab?
Food.
Okay. What kind of, I mean, were you like your dehydrated meals or just like snack stuff or what?
Snack stuff.
Okay. Because if you're doing a bug out situation, you go a little bit heavier on the items. If you're going from work to home, then you got a whole different set of get home stuff. You don't need a lot of stuff, just enough to get you home.
Yeah, like I said, unlike you, I'm only 1.7 miles away from work.
Well, you can get home in less than an hour, depending on the situation.
I actually drive past work, and then I drive through a couple of parking lots, and I go to work. Make sure the van gets up to operating temperature.
Oh, okay. Didn't know you did that.
Mm-hmm. That's how you
Genetics are great for even big guys. I did not know that, Mark. Okay. Interesting, Mallory. But like I said, different things come through the shop at any given time, so I don't know what's going to show up because it's all donations. But I've been trying to keep an eye out for different things as I go. But I did pick up a water filter. I haven't tested it yet because I've never heard of this particular style because it looks like a Sawyer, but it's not a Sawyer. But
Can you fret it on the bottle?
I actually have to dig in behind my chair. It fell back behind my chair when my cat got up there. It's buried in that corner somewhere. But I don't want to be rude and all that stuff unless you guys don't mind me taking a minute to go grab it because it's back there.
Or Jason can just talk, and me and Jason can just talk.
Okay, you guys can talk about your gear, and I'll be right back.
Yeah.
No, my gear's out in the van.
I have a bag in front of me, I guess. I
See,
mean, for Jason, for me, and for everyone out there, it depends the time of year because there's certain things that probably are more likely to happen, right? Let's say April, May during the summertime. It's probably either gonna be hot or it may be showering. Probably likely to happen. If this was during the winter time, I'd probably take out the poncho and add in an additional layer, like an extra sweater in or something like that, at least.
yeah,
So I would fine tune it for what I'm doing more.
yeah,
And just like you, Jason, like snacks would be at the top. Any food that actually has to be prepared, that means I'm stopping.
yep.
Taking a break for like 15 minutes at least, right? So that stuff usually is down lower on the bag. Because
You gotta get
usually I
stuff that's
don't need to
vacuum
get,
sealed.
if I need to get it out, that means I'm stopping or resting for a bit or taking a break.
Yeah, you actually need to actually get stuff that's actually vacuum sealed, so it'll actually last longer inside the bag.
Well, yeah, I mean, that too. So, yeah. Like something like the water is usually readily accessible, either on the side or sitting closer to the top, for example, depending on how I'm doing it. But usually, if I'm grabbing the bag, I'll put the water bottle right on the side right away,
Yeah, I actually have
or
a
put it in front of me so I can see it, right? So you
yeah,
don't actually have to take off the bag,
yeah.
especially if you don't have a water bladder or something like that.
And I'll tell you one
You
of the
want it
best things you can
accessible,
put in your
right?
bag.
You want it readily accessible.
Yeah, one of the best things you can put in the bag is basically an old, one of the new Crossman or old Crossman pellet pistols. The pump up one, Crossman 1322s.
Okay.
Put one of those in your bag with a tin of pellets because that's going to get you food where you can't quite reach it. Also, put in a small little collapsible fishing pole with just a small little thing of little flies and small
Yeah.
lures. Okay, you're not going to go after the big fish. You're going to go straight to where all the little bluegill are and pluck out the bluegill.
Well, just to add in, that depends on your location and if you're really gonna be passing by a body of water. I mean, if you're passing by bodies of water, yeah, I would probably add it. But let's say in a more desert environment, I
There's
don't know
more
about
food out there
fishing
in that
pole per
desert.
se.
There's more food in that desert than a lot of people realize.
No, I'm not saying there's none, but I mean I'm talking about like an actual body of water to fish.
Oh yeah, I said, believe it or not, there are going to be bodies of water out there that will have fish in it, even in the desert.
There's some oasis somewhere out there.
Yeah, believe it or not, there's places of water in Death Valley, in the caves, with fish in them. Not very
Mhm.
big. Little
No,
pool.
what I'm saying is if you had to per se cut weight somewhere,
Say that again,
but
please.
I'm just saying if you had to cut weight per se, because it's always because it's always a fine balance of like the bulk, the weight, versus the functionality or your capability of doing something.
Oh yeah, you'll
Like,
be the fishing gear on my
you
bag.
just gotta find it for yourself, whatever for your own situation, your own
Okay.
event.
Yeah, the fishing gear that I have in my bag only weighs maybe about a pound and a quarter, pound and a half at the most.
But remember, a pound that could be water instead. So I mean, that's
Oh
what I mean about the trade off.
yeah,
If you can carry it and handle it, or you've been practicing, then you probably can handle it. But if it's a little too much, maybe you might have to. Water is probably more important than the fishing pole.
Well, my
That kind
kit
of.
is a little smaller than that
I think that
when it comes to fishing, anyway.
better than a lockpick.
yeah,
I would eat.
This is my fishing kit.
Oh yeah.
That's it.
you really don't even need the weights.
No, but I mean, between this or something like this and this, I got a fishing kit. I mean, this only reason the weights are there is just because it came with a kit.
I also have an additional fishing kit too, as well.
Yeah, I've seen those, but I'm not sure about how good the string is for those. And
Not
what?
just Just replace it with spider wire, and it's good for a long time.
Spider wire I can understand. If you but the spider wire is not cheap.
So let me ask you guys: Are you guys would be using or having your bags? Is it braided one or is it monofilament or what?
Braided.
Yeah, because you don't get the memory effect, and it's
Well, not only that, it's also going to last a lot longer in your kit. It'll last 3 or 4 years in your kit.
Did you do that?
Yes. Monofilament will only, or the other one, monofilament and the carbon will only last maybe a year. Maybe, if you're lucky, 2 years in your bag.
and monofilament has that memory effect.
They both have that memory effect if it's wound up on the reel and sits in there. It's going to heat up, cool off, heat up, cool off. It's going to hold that memory.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing I'm going to add, probably that Jason may not, because he's going to have his air rifle, obviously. I will add a bow fishing reel for my bow that allow me to catch fish that way as well.
Yeah.
I mean, this one here is not the proper reel. I have to replace this reel because I found out it's a sea fishing reel, not a bow fishing reel.
So it's not a real reel?
It's a salt fisher. It's the right size because it's Zepco 808, which is what they use for bow fishing. But this one is made for saltwater, not bow hunting. But I do have this reel seat that I can put on my bow. And I've got my takedown longbow, which everybody knows about already, that I can carry with me if I need to. I just got to add a strap to the bag that I carry it in, so it'll be more easier to carry. Oh, I did not know that, Blake. My particular bag, the one I've been carrying, I weighed it a couple weeks ago because South asked me to, is 24.7 pounds.
Well, let's remember the weight changes is different for everyone because everyone's a different height, different size.
I put mine on the scale.
The amount of
that's what
shelter you
the
need
weight
is
it came
different.
out to be. So,
yeah, some people can get away with less. Some people need more for weight, anyways.
Now, like I said, if I was going as a bug out situation, I'd carry a different bag because I need to carry a little bit more. Because this one is pretty much maxed out what I can carry. But if I had to take some of my arrows stuff with me, with like some extra tips, extra knocks, extra fletching, in case I need to repair as I go, I need a bigger bag. But I wouldn't pack it too much because I'd probably add my shelter and my sleeping bag, some minor stuff for comfort items more than anything else. But a lot of the same items would just swap over. Mine's a 35 liter bag that I got off of Amazon. It's a triple E bag, and I have 24.7 pounds in it. Now I do carry a full 32-ounce bottle of water in there, a can of denatured alcohol to go with my alcohol stoves. And I did say stoves, plural. I got 2 of them. And I also have my wood gas stove as well. They're backups. So never have too many. I can understand that it can sometimes be too heavy for your body, Lori. But you may have to make adjustments for size. I mean, okay. Jason, what's the difference between these two Trangia knockoffs?
Oh, looks like one's aluminum and one's brass.
This one is like one-third the weight of this one, which means I don't need to carry this heavy-duty one. I can carry this; it'll do the same thing, and that's a big difference. That's a lot of weight to shave off, and I'm probably going to be giving this one to Scott.
Or that means you could bring more food or water.
Exactly.
Absolutely need. Right. So
as for the,
I always look at it like that. Maybe you're not.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say sometimes I'll shed the weight just so I can get a little bit more food or water in. Just so because it's all about balance, right? Because you can only carry so much on you. Everyone knows that you can only carry so much on you, so you have to allocate to higher priorities towards something like water and food, right?
Right.
You can
And also,
go. You might be able to go without the cordage, not without the food and water. Okay.
no, you always have to have, as this, the rule of three is that, 3 weeks without food, 3 weeks without, I think it's 3 weeks without food, 3 days without water, and 3 minutes without air.
Up to give or take. I mean, some people it's even less than that.
I'm trying to remember it, so I may be majorly off. But
Yeah.
and also one thing I have to take into account, I have a gut. I have reserves. And I say this. Oh, wait. Jason's got to show me something. Sorry, Jason, I didn't see it.
This is the kit you should have in your bag.
How much does that weigh?
The whole kit?
Whole kit.
Maybe 4 pounds, including the pellets.
My bow weighs less than that.
Yeah.
With the arrows.
But this is something you can just pack away. You have it in the bottom of your bag or the side of your bag. And
unless you practice with it.
Yeah, you got to practice with it. Yes.
That's no problem. I practice with my bow. I know my bow. It's what I'm comfortable with.
And this is a multi-pump. So you pump it up 8 times. It will take a squirrel.
Ian has a Crossman air pistol that he can carry if he wants to. Yeah. But he has his Beeman dual caliber 22 caliber air rifle that he likes.
Yeah.
So
but yeah, this here is easy to pack away. You can this kit here comes with a bag, tin of pellets. It comes with the grips, and it comes with a stock.
Is it 177 or 22?
This is 22.
Okay, that makes it interesting for me anyway.
Yeah, so this is going to be a multi-pump, so that you don't have to carry.
Hi, Cecilia. Sorry, Cecilia just left.
Take care, Cecilia.
Bye, Cecilia. And you don't need to have an external pump to pump it up for being a pre-charged pneumatic. Just quick, easy, simple.
I can see that for a point, but once you're out of pellets, what are you going to do?
Actually, you can get other stuff too.
Do you have like a mold for making pellets or anything?
You can find pellets anywhere.
Yeah. But everybody's comfortable with what they're comfortable with.
Yeah,
so
1 tin is 500 shots.
Right.
Okay. So you can carry 1,000 shots with you, no problem.
No, South. Doug, I don't think I would need to bug out as much as you would. Since we live on the East Coast with possible hurricanes and such.
But yeah, that's one of the things you should carry in your bag.
And there's one thing that people should carry that someone talked about that I actually think is really interesting is hope.
Oh, hope.
Yes.
Without hope, none of this counts.
Well, yeah, you're gonna
how much gear you have. Without hope, you don't have it. You can't do it.
Well, like I said, you got to have skill too. So you got to practice.
Knowledge, skill, and
experience with it.
Experience. Practice what you preach type of situation. But like I said, Jason, his first one, he'll be grabbing his air rifle. That's what he's comfortable with. That's what he's going to work with. I'm going to grab my bow because that's what I know of. I've got 20 years experience with it.
Yeah.
Over 20 years.
Yeah.
Almost 40 years. No, almost 40 years. And that's what I'm comfortable with.
Yeah.
And that's why I also, I can actually bow fish for fish with my bow. I don't think he can do that with his air rifle. But if he can, more power to him. Because I do know there's some air rifles that do allow for spear fishing, I believe.
Yeah, it's too big to carry.
Yeah, that's like the Dragon something or other.
Yeah, the Dragon Claw.
Whatever that's called.
Yeah, the Dragon Claw.
Yeah, that thing, it shoots spears. You can probably use it for,
But you got to charge it. The problem is you got to charge it.
Yeah, it's not practical to carry.
No.
Now, other containers that I carry with me is I actually have a MSR mess kit and kettle. Is it extra weight? Yes. But that durability will last me longer than most aluminum ones because this is stainless steel.
Oh, by the way, and you can also get a can for that air pistol too.
Explain.
Silencer, moderator, muffler.
Oh yeah, but
Hey, you gotta
they're
remember.
pretty quiet generally anyway, aren't they?
Yeah, but you can make them really quiet. I mean, real quiet.
Now, how finicky is that can?
Oh, they're actually quite durable. I wouldn't shoot a firearm with it because they'll blow apart because that's what they're designed to do.
But
But if you don't want to spook all the squirrels and you need like 3 or 4 squirrels, to feed your family, hey,
Hmm.
with my family, I know Ian can do it. He can take that. He can take a rabbit on his own. He doesn't. I don't need to do it for him. Now, Jenny, on the other hand, she might need somebody to have me do it for her, but she could process a rabbit once it's dead like it's nothing because she grew up raising rabbits, which is one of the reasons why I'd rather go after rabbits than bigger game because as CR and I discussed, if you can't preserve it, you're just wasting meat or food.
Well, it's just not that you're going to attract attention either for the wildlife or for someone else noticing that.
Right.
Right. That's probably not what you want if you're traveling through bear country. Probably
right.
not.
You're right, Mark.
Yeah.
Bushcraft is a skill that is needed. You can make lots of stuff.
Oh yeah, and we are officially bear country, by the way.
Yeah. So you don't want to leave anything behind. You want everything to be
We don't have
preserved, processed
grizzlies.
right away.
We don't have the grizzlies like CR does, but we got the small black bears.
We don't
That's
have
the problem.
We have bears, but they're up in like extreme northern Iowa. But we do have cougars.
Yep, we got those too.
And bobcats.
Yeah, so it could be something like that, right?
Yeah, we have big cats.
Could be wolves, coyotes, anything that
Coyotes
any
we have.
predator, any predator that would be like, I smell some food.
Yeah,
Right.
like I said, unfortunately,
lions and tigers and bears.
yep. Yeah, the
Or
only
what
thing
Molly said.
is wolves.
Well, Doug, the fact that I don't live in a big city means less likely that I would have to bug out as much as someone who lives on the coast.
So the problem is the people from the big city are going to be showing up where we are.
That's the issue.
That's the issue. It's not the wildlife; it's the people. They're going to be desperate, scared, and they don't know what to do.
And most big cities, it's a 3-day walk
Just
distance that you would basically have to circle around each city. That would be basically a dead zone after a bit.
Yeah, no. Like I said, it'll take them a while to get here.
You're a little bit more on the in the middle of nowhere than I am.
Yeah,
But you do got a few big box stores and stuff like that you have to worry about because people are going to go after those places. Like with my main workhouse where I work at the alcohol distribution warehouse, people are going to be after that thing with guns blazing, no less, because it's alcohol.
Oh yeah.
Personally, if they took everything but the bad alcohol that is expired, I'd take every expired bit of alcohol for one reason.
Yeah, sanitary.
Not just sanitary.
Fuel.
Nope.
Maybe, no, not fuel, but
Food preservation because it turns into vinegar.
yeah.
And you could do a lot with vinegar. I'm sure CR knew that already.
Now I do. I was gonna say, well, you also have a bunch of containers,
Well, containers, yes. But the thing is, wine,
but they're clean though. Remember that because they have alcohol in them, right? So, like if you're trying to find a clean container, put clean water into, right?
yeah, you're right, Mark. Because the more you burn, the more calories you burn, the more you need to take in. Now, that's if you're bugging out completely, and you have a bug out location already picked out, and you're ready for it, and all that stuff, and it's ready for you.
Yeah, I mean, this is assuming you're not traveling with a vehicle or have anything like conveyance, like a vehicle, bicycle, etc., etc. We're talking about if you're on foot, right?
Well, you also have to remember, if you know about that spot, so does somebody else.
Well, that's
Yeah,
the thing.
you're
Is,
not the
that
only
would be
one.
prearranged with a certain people. Yeah, I have a friend's place down south that I can go. But no, it's not somewhere where I can go. They want me to go because they've been hunting with me since I was a kid.
Mm.
And but the thing is, bicycles we have, but bicycles leave you open to ambush because your hands are not readily accessible to your weapons and stuff.
Yeah.
So, and it makes you a big target, especially as at the speed you're going. There's nothing to protect you from the side. A
Well, it's
simple
that.
thrown rock or stick into your spokes, you're down.
Yeah. Well, it's that trade-off, right?
Yep,
You know, a bicycle makes you go faster, but you're more vulnerable
exactly.
because you can't just randomly duck or take cover, right?
Yeah,
So
you can't hide behind
it's
your
a,
bicycle to protect yourself.
yeah, that too. So it's the trade-off. So
Yep.
whatever's more important at that time. You know,
Well,
if you're
thank you,
running away from a,
Yeah, good
Mallory.
night.
you know, if you're running, yeah,
Thank you for coming, Mal. I really appreciate it.
over a while.
All right, have a good night.
Love you, Mal. Now, I haven't asked Jason this. I know his bag is out in his vehicle. How much does your bag weigh?
Right now,
People
maybe
have asked me mine a lot, but
Mine
mine doesn't
about
weigh as
20
much as people think it does.
about 20 pounds right now.
Okay, mine's just a little heavier than yours, but not by much. But I have a tendency to overpack it for a reason, because I figured if I need to drop something, I'll drop something. But in lieu of food or water, I'll always have. But
My,
so I
my
have
bag's
a
not
filter.
full.
What was that?
My bag is not even full.
Yeah, I know I know you have prepackaged emergency meals
Oh yeah.
on hand. More than a few, because you gave me one.
Oh yeah. By the
I
way,
still have it, by the way. I have not used it or ate it.
a hot meal when it's cold like that will be a big old giant morale booster.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it'll pick up your, especially if it's well below freezing or you're shivering, man. They'll pick up your morale real fast.
Okay, this is what I was telling you guys I was looking for earlier, and this is what I picked up.
Yeah, and those bags stay hot for a long time.
Don't ask me how to pronounce that, but I Seychelles water filtration.
Seychelles. I mean,
It said
Seychelles.
it was supposed to. When I had it in the package and everything, it came with a piece of paperwork. It said it's supposed to filter out radiation, which I kind of laughed at. But it's a simple squeeze water filter bottle that comes, and the filter is basically this. Other than it's being stubby looking, this is the same type as a Sawyer.
Yeah, it's probably those hollow fiber, not microfiber, hollow fiber.
hollow fiber type situations.
Yeah.
And it comes with a little thing to back flush it and everything else. And as it stands, you can hook it up to either the hose that this has got, or you can put it up to a water filtration setup for your hydration pack.
I think they call inline filter.
Yeah, as an inline filter. Now the thing is, I paid less than $3 for this, and according to the instructions, I'm supposed to flush this thing for 6 or 7 minutes in my sink. Then it's usable, and it only filters out 100 gallons. But for one person, 100 gallons is a lot.
Well, that's 2 55-gallon drums almost.
Pretty much. And
So,
you got
I
for a
mean-
family of 3. I mean, you each get 30 gallons or more, or 33.3, 33333, whatever, just for drinking water, and that's all it would be used for. Sanitation could be just filtered and boiled the normal way, making your own personal filter, that kind of thing. But I laughed when it said, "Oh, you could filter radiation," and I kind of laughed. But it was a cheap water filter, and that's why I got it. Now, would it be something I would rely on? Probably not, because I think my hydrogen is a lot more reliable than this.
Hey, Colin, you could always use this as a pre-filter.
You're not wrong.
Right? $3 pre-filter. That's pretty good for a $3 worth of
Yeah,
pre-filter.
because this thing here just screws onto here.
Mm.
You know.
I'm just saying, Colin, let's just say the water supply is kind of even more iffy, right? And
Oh yeah, that would definitely.
yeah, that would help. That would help. Because then you would extend the life of your good filter. Because now you're putting in cleaner water into that to kind of finish it off.
Yeah, because I could squeeze this into one of my containers, my other containers, then filter it a second time to extra clean it. But the thing is, that's part of the whole thing. Exactly. I know. That's why I want to carry something that doesn't look like an average everyday backpack. Nothing camouflage, because my other pack isn't this color. And I saw what color yours was, CR. I don't know. I can't remember what Jason's is. I don't think I ever saw his.
Mine's coyote tan.
My regular backpack that I use for backpacking is gray. Solid gray.
I try to stick with neutral colors whenever possible.
Neutral colors is what I prefer too.
Yeah.
This is why my backpack is like a dark green. Not military green, just dark green.
I mean, there's a time and place for something bright orange, but...
Like your raincoat?
I'm working on it. This is this bag. I have an airbag that has a green
I'm just
one.
razzing you, brother.
I know.
No, I do have something I was going to add to that one. Is the I got an emergency
purposes? No.
You know those Mylar sleeping bags? I gave one away at the gathering last year.
Yeah.
And I have an extra one that I keep for myself. It's not in there at the moment because I misplaced it. I was showing off my gear one night and I forgot to put it back in the bag. But like I said, this is the newest thing I just picked up. Now, how well it works, I don't know. I haven't tested it yet. It's on the list of stuff to test. But I don't agree with the filtering radiation part at all. So I think it's just
like I said, Colin. If anything, you could still use it as a pre-filter. $3 for pre-filtering water.
Oh yeah,
that's really disgusting on the road.
If I have
that could pay for your filter in time, right? Because it's not getting clogged up with this quote unquote dirty water.
Exactly, and if I had to, it is an extra water bottle to carry extra water if I needed to. But this would be filled with dirty water anyway. Because the filter would supposed to filter all that out. Now, Jason, how many filters do you have?
None right now.
Ooh, okay. CR?
I got a few, at least.
I've got 2. Now, could I make a filter? Sure. But sometimes you don't have time to make a filter when you're trying to get away. Now,
exactly.
One of the things that people will probably be a target for is anybody with military gear that's blatantly obvious, like somebody in a whole full-blown camo or the like.
No, you'll blend in here.
It depends. It depends where you are, though.
Everybody here wears the Texas tuxedo.
Yeah.
Camouflage.
Yep.
It depends where you are. Some places certain things stand out more than other things, while other things blend in nicely because that's what everyone else has or wears.
I'll be right back.
There's a lot of hunters in my area that I do know of.
Right, if everyone's carrying a backpack all the time everywhere, well, you'll probably blend in anyway. But
right.
Well, because one of the things I always think of is that in a situation, let's just say you're leaving from fire, hurricane, or something like that, right? Let's just say those scenarios. If I'm leaving, I expect other people to be wearing a backpack, probably just like me, having something with them because everyone's fleeing, right? Everyone's bringing something. Everyone's gonna be bringing something. Yeah, everyone's gonna be bringing something, right? Now, if it's something else, then I'd be okay. It's actually everyone wearing a bag, right? Because I imagine if they see you, you'll be a target, just because they're gonna see you. It doesn't, as long as they see you, they're probably like, Why is he out here? Why are they out here, right? And it's with
Yeah.
a quote unquote emergency situation, they're probably gonna assume that you probably have some gear with you or you're going somewhere with this.
Oh, well, Ian actually
I
has
don't-
a bag that he picked up from the Goodwill outlet store. It's an actual Bugout bag from bugoutbag.com that turns into a suitcase. So while you're carrying it, you say you're just carrying it down the road, people just think you just got a suitcase full of clothes, whatever. But as soon as he's out of sight, he zips it, unzips it, and the straps go on, and he just wears it like a backpack.
Well, that's a good way of approaching that too, right? You can blend in certain areas a little bit, and then
Because every place
easily
they
convert it.
carry their belongings somehow.
Yeah,
And if
because
it's
I
a
imagine
suitcase,
in
they're
a
not going to think about it twice.
because
You know, they're going to
for
wonder
all
what
these
got in there, but not. You're not going to expect you to say pull out like Jason's air rifle out of a suitcase.
Yeah.
They're going to think you got clothes or mementos
well
or
because
whatever, but not
like for
you know,
all those
spend with you.
fires that have happened, these hurricanes and these images that you see out there, right? There's always pulling a backpack or pulling something behind them, right? Very rarely do you see people with the clothes on their back only.
Yeah, let me go see. I'll go get Ian's. It's in his room real quick. Yeah, you guys, I'll show you what I'm. Oh, dang me, that hurts. Medication, folks. Don't forget to bring your medication.
Check on it every so often.
Yeah, speaking of meditation, I need my potassium.
Do it.
My potassium.
Yeah.
Leg cramps are happening.
The only issue I have with Ian's bag, before he has anything in it, it's freaking heavy. This is it. Let me make myself bigger for you to show you what I mean. Okay, here's his bag. And you can zip it up where you can hide all the straps and everything else. Let me see if I can get that to a point where you can understand what I'm talking about. Where is that zipper?
Is there a thin little slot right behind the backpack that's padded,
Yeah.
but it doesn't go all the way up to the top?
Right there.
Okay, no, that's for a camelback.
No. This one here actually, it fits the zipper, as you can see right here.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to find the actual zipper handles.
Yeah.
Because
Mine actually has a thin little slot in the back that's underneath the shoulder straps. It's the width of the bag.
well, this right here. Oh, damn it!
But it doesn't hold a camel bag.
Okay, this one here, you can see there's a pouch right here.
Yeah.
These unclip
Oh, okay.
and stuff in there. Then they zip shut.
Yeah.
Then everything zips up, and on the side, which side is it? This side here has a carrying handle.
Well, like I said, mine you can put in a armor.
Now, it doesn't have an armor carrier.
No, mine does.
No, but this one here is from bugoutgear.com.
No, you're fine.
Cool.
But when it's all put together, it looks like maybe a satchel or an acetate or whatever. And this stuff here just tucks right in here, out of the way, where you wouldn't see it. And all you see is a suitcase. So, actually, this is the second one we've had. We actually had one, I can't think it was either Eagle Claw or something like that, that was a backpack conversion to a suitcase deal that I got for Jenny a few years ago. And it just, only thing it does is all the zipper pulls need ties for them. And Ian doesn't like that fact that they don't have, all the ties are gone. So I gave him some paracord and he started making his own.
CR, is that you squeaking like a mouse?
Huh?
I hear
No,
squeaking
I'm outside.
like
I'm zipping up Ian's bag.
Almost like a squeaky wheel.
That's not me.
That's the birds.
Okay,
That's your.
okay.
That's the birds.
You got chickens there, CR?
No, it's the birds in the tree line.
Oh, okay.
I didn't realize they were that loud. They were so loud this morning when I came out.
Oh, yeah, it's still daylight for you then.
Yeah, remember I live out more west than you guys.
Now, like I said, the only thing I don't like about this is the weight of the bag itself is probably about a pound or two, just for the bag, and it is expandable to a point.
Does it have like good support along the shoulders, sternum strap, maybe a waist
it does
strap?
have a little bit of a rigid frame on the inside.
Oh, so some sort of internal frame.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I always imagine that if you're going to be carrying this weight, you want the support, right? You don't want it digging into your shoulders or anything like that. Or
It does not have load lifters, or does it? It does not have load lifters, unfortunately, which I would prefer on a backpack. But
because I imagine if you're walking for hours and hours with 20 pounds, right, you probably want that support.
right,
Definitely.
I mean, it has a decent waist belt, and it has
Well, they'll help. They'll help.
You know, but it does have a really good suspension system to help keep it off. But you have to make sure you wear the weight at your waist, not your shoulders.
Yeah. Because I see one of the things I do is I actually wear, even before I start walking with it, I'll just wear it around at home for a bit for hours. Because if you can't just wear it around doing normal things, let's just say you're doing chores around the house, cleaning, vacuuming, whatever, sweeping. If you can't just do that for hours and hours with the bag on and feel comfortable or not in pain, then walking for like 4 or 5 hours in the middle of the heat, it's going to drain you a lot more.
Well, right now, it's set up for the bag part. So, but actually, this side it looks like just like a regular suitcase.
Yeah, so if he was carrying it, he would probably show that part on the outside.
Right.
Kind of try to stay low key.
Exactly. And the other side actually looks like a backpack.
CCF, how you doing?
Hey, KH, how you doing? The only thing I do is that I actually wear my backpack every day in order to get used to it. Now, like I said, is that everything I need to carry? No. Am I going to be carrying everything by myself?
Hello, Jarrett.
Probably not, because I will either be with my wife or with my wife and son, where all our gear would be distributed between us, because most people don't think about doing it with a person. They think about by themselves. And Jason is always going to be with Molly. Now, while Molly can't carry as much as Jason, she will be able to carry some things, which will help alleviate some of the weight from Jason. Am I wrong, Jason?
What was that? I was being interrupted by the oldest.
Okay. Now, like I was saying, a lot of us who have families, well, CR, I'm not sure. I don't even know if you're married or have a girlfriend or anything, but that's none of my business. But like Jason and I, we have significant others that would be with us most likely. And that's any kind of those situations. They can help alleviate carrying stuff. Now, will they carry the heavy stuff? Probably not. But anything they take off our shoulders is a bonus. And it may not be much, but it'd be enough. And distributing the weight, like when I backpack with Ian, I carried the majority of the weight because I was stronger. But now that he's big enough, he can just carry half the weight that I used to carry. So which means I carry less and he carries more.
Oh, yeah. By the way, I just realized my med kit is heavier than my fishing gear in my bag.
That's the thing. I mean, with my med kit, I carry.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing, though.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on what kind of meds you're talking about. You're talking actual medicine, like say for conditions, or are you talking about a first aid kit?
My first aid kit.
Okay.
Well, that's good, Jason.
That's a good, decent first aid kit.
I'm just short of trauma on my bag. You've seen my bag.
I have.
Yes, I think I've seen.
Don't get me wrong. I've seen it.
I think
I'm a little jealous,
like
but
more items. They need 5 more items to make it a trauma kit.
But like I said, you don't always. In an emergency situation, you could break your kit into 2 places, 2 pieces,
Yeah.
and that way, not one person is carrying everything.
Yeah, keeping all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah, if say Jason goes down and he's carrying all this stuff, who's going to take care of him because they don't have access to his stuff.
Yeah, it's just like if let's say the three of us were traveling together, right? I'd be like, okay, guys, I'll carry the lighter. Colin can carry the flint and steel, and Jason can carry the ferrocerium rod. So at least we all have access to a form of fire.
Well,
But just
not
say,
only so that,
hypothetically speaking.
everybody should be carrying their own med kit.
Yeah, I carry 2.
And it's not for the person you're with, it's for you.
Yeah, because you use their gear first on them.
Yep.
Yeah.
As I was an Army medic for 12 years, I got the most medical experience, especially in certain situations. I don't know. There's one that they have for. He's asking about CPAPs, Jason.
Hold on, I got a dog barking.
Jared was asking about some kind of battery packs that help run a CPAP machine in an emergency situation.
You can't carry one large enough.
What's the one they use for jumping cars? The little one.
No, you need 110 volts, not 12.
Yeah. Even my solar panels wouldn't be able to handle that.
Nope. You would have to carry
there's not a lot of much you can do. Battery. You're going to have to figure out a way to learn to sleep without one.
You got it.
That's about all.
Oh, yeah. Sitting up. No, like I said, you would have to carry equivalent of a car battery.
Yeah, and that's going to be really heavy.
And then all of that, it has to sit all day and charge.
I mean, even with if you have the proper panels and some way to carry them, it's the only way you're going to recharge batteries like that.
Like I said.
Yeah, and that's a lot of weight.
Yeah, it is a lot of weight.
You have to stop and charge. You just can't be walking and charging at the same time.
No, like with the exception of my little 4 solar panel setup that I have, it's great for like a battery pack for my phone.
Yeah, for 5 volts, not 110.
But that's about it. I mean, but basic, take care of yourself, take care of others. The other part, I mean, you've got. I'm not sure you're going to have to learn to sleep without it. That's all I can tell you. The only issue
because I know a few people with CPAP machine, and I'm like, I think I've taken a look at it. And yeah, it needs quite a bit of power. So I don't know if that's a lot of power to carry around if you want to.
You can drain a battery overnight.
Oh yeah,
our battery with a 400 watt inverter. Yeah, you're gonna draw enough for that battery to be.
And the CPAP machine, you use it all night too, right? So you're using it for hours, not just.
A Jackery will run one, but the thing is freaking heavy,
and they're big,
and you still have to charge it.
You still have to charge it, even with the ones with the solar panels, and you still got to figure out a way to carry all that gear.
Yep,
that is more of a long-term situation that you have to worry about, not a short-term.
Yeah,
short-term wise, go without, and do your best.
Yeah.
Because
I know someone with a CPAP machine too, so
we all do.
I've seen that. I'm like, it's quite bulky.
Cecilia.
Well, yeah, that her too, but I know someone else. I mean,
well, now you know 3. You know Jared too.
Yeah, and I know how bulky it is. So
yeah,
and they have to run it all night. So,
but so if you learn how to survive without it, it's not pleasant.
No, it's not.
But it's survivable.
Yeah.
And, whether you have to get the easy breathe strips across your nose or whatever it is that you need to do.
Yeah, maybe something like that.
No, you're going to sleep sitting up.
That's part of whatever you have to do,
Mm-hmm.
But, just figure things out.
Mm-hmm.
But you're going to have to work around that. My issue right now with me, I got a bum knee. I can carry some of the stuff I need to carry, but I can't carry everything. So I would heavily rely on both Jenny and Ian because of that purpose.
Yeah.
and carrying enough medication to get you through the duration, whether that's 90 days or 120 days or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
With my stuff, I mean, if I had to, the bare bones minimum I would have to take is baby aspirin every day. That's without everything else, just baby aspirin. I could survive on that with that particular medication. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't go without it. I have to take that every day because of my heart.
Yeah.
But
It's similar to something like insulin and so forth.
I don't have to worry about insulin. I'm not diabetic, which is a good thing. It'd be tough, especially like with Molly and Jenny and everybody. Jenny is not an insulin diabetic. She's just a regular dietary diabetic. I can never remember which one is the difference between type 1 and type 2. But I'm sure someone will correct me and let me know.
Yeah. Hi, Amanda.
Hey, Mandy. Jenny is actually in the other room playing a video game right now. She bought herself a PS4 and she's like ecstatic.
She's like just hibernating in that room now.
Yes, she is. She's in our bedroom right now. She brought up our extra spare TV from the basement. I set it up in our bedroom. So
She actually
all
brought it
playing.
up. Did she do it by herself?
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
She's actually better now. She actually said she had her surgery. They got her
that's
out
good.
of the boot, and she's walking around with regular shoes and stuff like that. Now, her legs does swell up from time to time, but she is actually doing quite better than she was. Me, on the other hand, I'm going the other way because I'm waiting on. I got an appointment on Monday to get my knee looked at, and they can determine when I can get surgery done.
Mm.
But I have lost weight. I am down under 300 pounds, which is a big thing. 297 on the nose day before yesterday. So that's saying.
That's good. Well, better anyways.
Huh?
I said that's better anyways.
Well, thing is, I can't do a lot of the exercising I need to lose majority of the weight. Dietary stuff goes only so far without being able to burn the calories that are already in your body. Not just putting in calories enough just to maintain your body. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So my stuff around my gut is the stuff I need to lose, but I got to be able to move in order to build up a sweat, in order that kind of thing. Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, I just went out for a walk before I joined the stream.
That's a lot of pills to take, Jarrett. Hey, Han. Mandy says hi. She says hi back. Yeah, like you said with the flint and steel, I carry one with me wherever I go. And I took my big piece of flint, actual flint, which I got at the Watcher County Flea Market a couple of years ago, and I broke it in half. So I got it.
Yeah, because you probably don't need the whole chunk, right?
No, I put the majority of it in my bag here. This is just where part of it right there. Look how size that piece.
Ooh.
That's a big chunk. It used to be bigger, but that's more manageable right there. But I'm keeping that in my fire kit because that's where it needs to be.
And you also have the right clothing on too to carry stuff too as well.
Cotton.
Not only that, you got to make sure what type of pants you need to carry and what type of shirt. You
Wool
got
is better.
You mean
the cargo pants.
Yeah, pockets.
Yep.
All right.
I haven't been able to find anything I can fit into because what fits around my waist doesn't really fit in the legs because I am not very tall. And
I got several, so.
Ian's got plenty, and he loves collecting military gear and pants and shirts and what have you.
It doesn't have to be military gear. It can be jeans that are the cargo type.
I actually don't have any of those.
Yeah.
Now, boots-wise, I've got decent boots.
Oh, I got decent boots.
Now, I need to get new boots because my boots are wearing out. But I do have my steel-toe boots are great for emergencies, but not so much for hiking because they weigh too much.
Well, no, I used to hike every day with safety boots.
Well, me too. These are my steel toe boots.
Yep, and mine also used to have the puncture proof
These are
and oil
Avengers.
resistant, shock resistant.
Yeah, there's my boots.
Yeah.
They're technically not steel toe, but they're composite toe.
Yeah, they're just as strong as the steel toes.
So
It's
they
not,
call them carbon
Yeah.
nanofiber boots.
yeah, it's not going to stop a forklift from driving on your foot. Steel
Yeah.
toes won't do that. It's for dropping stuff on your feet.
Right.
That's what it's designed for.
So, just in case you drop that flint, it won't hurt.
Well, I need I almost found a pair of boots, hiking boots, like exactly like mine, but in much better shape at work. But the length was right, the type was right, but the width of it was way off.
Oh.
I need a 6X wide. This one was only 2X.
Mm.
Yeah, I made sure before I retired, I got a pair of boots from work. And those will last me for the for years.
And decent socks, folks.
Oh yeah.
Never discount a good pair of socks. Okay, you may have heard Forrest Gump talk about it in the movie.
Oh yeah.
He was not wrong about changing your socks regularly.
Keep your feet dry.
Keep your feet without you being able to. If you don't take care of your feet, you can't walk. If you can't walk, you'll die.
Yeah,
so,
because you can't get anywhere.
like I said, you got to get those cowboy Crocs, the cowboy boot Crocs.
No, no. Okay, one of the things I've been doing at work right now is I'm sorting shoes, and I've gone through so many freaking shoes. It's ridiculous. You haven't seen anything until you see the size 10 wide, 6-inch high heel.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, like why? With treads, no less. With backpacking style military treads.
And also, if you can, carry an extra pair of tennis shoes with you. You can hang them over your backpack.
If you can. I carry water shoes.
Yeah.
It's more of a camp shoe for me because that way it allows my feet to breathe.
Yep.
But it'll also give you some protection from the ground because when you take your boots off, your feet are going to be damp until they physically dry out. Your feet are going to be tender.
Yeah, because I would wear my tennis shoes until I need to put the boots on.
I would not do that because you keep your shoes dry because that's going to allow your feet to dry.
Yeah, because if you have wet shoes, it takes a while to dry them out.
There's no way I'm going to get done hiking for like say 20 miles, depending on what the case is.
Yeah, I just leave
I have to pull my boots off and my feet are soaked and put them in the soaked shoes.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah, I got my shoes wet the other day and they were dry in about 30 minutes.
Yeah, but that's
What kind of shoes do you have?
Regular tennis shoes.
No. I need to know what kind.
Oh, I get that from Walmart.
Are they trail runners? Are they cross trainers? What kind?
Quiet.
Are they Converse knockoffs?
They're probably the Converse knockoffs because they got aggressive treads on them. They're like a hiking shoe.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know because just a generic tennis shoe wouldn't work.
No.
It would wear out faster.
Yeah. These things let you breathe. My feet stay dry all day, even though I'm on them all day. Nice and padded.
Yeah, you get the support that you need.
And then these ones take me a good 10, 11 months for me to wear them out.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, I hate paying for shoes. I really do. Don't know why I hate paying for shoes.
Well, the thing is, if without your feet, you can't go anywhere.
Oh, I know. Like I said, a New Balance is a good shoe.
Well, that's the kind I wear for my hiking boots. Are New Balances.
Yeah.
But the problem is, it's $154 for me to get a new pair of boots.
Yeah.
In my size.
That's cheap.
Well, the thing is, that's the last time I paid for them. They were $154. That's with Jenny's discount.
Yeah, my last boots, my waiver was $175. And I still had to pay another $75 on top of that.
Let me check, see if I can find
Speak of boots, that reminds me. That's specifically for you, Jason, because you don't see snow much. But for me here, during the wintertime, the winter boots is always part of my everyday carry
Oh yeah, you
or
have to have your,
everyday wear,
but those
or else
those
your
were
feet
my
just
work
go
boots.
cold. Yeah, so just something to
So,
keep in mind. And so boots could indicate what you guys would wear, but that could also indicate winter boots, especially if it's actually snowing
well,
in
the
winter
reason
out.
why mine were so expensive is because mine were shock proof, oil resistant, chemical resistant, the composite toe, and
Hmm.
puncture proof. So there was a thin plate of titanium in them.
Mm,
That's probably where your price went up right there.
You got it.
yeah.
And not only that, they also say Red Wing on the side of them too.
Oh, okay. That's what I wanted to know. The brand is a big thing too.
I would wear out a pair of Red Wings in about 10 months at work.
Because you're walking on concrete.
No, this is when I was with the city. No, I'm
Oh,
walking
oh,
on grass.
I thought you were talking about where you work now.
No, where I work now, no, I wear tennis shoes.
I don't like wearing tennis shoes at all.
If anything, I'd go barefoot.
Can't always go there.
Like Cody Lundin.
You know, I kind of hate wearing shoes.
I wear sandals. I'm more of a Matt Graham type wearing sandals type of guy, to be honest. Because I like to have my feet breathe. Because I got such big wide feet.
Hey, there's nothing like a foam pad and an old tire. Get some straps.
Hey, that's what cordage is there for, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was gonna say, see, walking in the wintertime when it's really, really cold, you actually need to wear something a little bit better for your feet.
Yeah, but
Your
I'm not
feet
in the
more.
cold.
No, I'm just saying, as in more openly saying this and kind of
Yeah, it
not
gets 30,
everyone.
yeah, it gets 32 degrees here. Everybody goes inside.
I'm talking about like let's say even in the mountain areas around on the continent right now, right? Or there's still snowing up there, right? Stuff like that. Because if your feet get cold, it's kind of sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, I still remember wearing moon boots when I was a kid.
Those. They're like Ugg boots now. Don't do it. Jenny hates Ugg boots. They're really bad for your feet. Because there's no arch supports. There's no support whatsoever.
Well, when you're walking on the snow, a little bit different.
Yeah. Well, because when you're walking in the snow or in the cold like that, yes, you have to keep your feet dry as much as possible.
And I don't like my feet cold. I hate it.
Oh, I know because it. To me, I'll start wussing out because I'm like, oh, my feet are getting cold.
No, I get
I'll-
upset. I get
Oh,
angry.
well, I don't play it, but each one to their own.
Well, what's the proper word for it?
We actually got some Timberlands in today at work. We had one set of Red Wings, but they
Myself.
didn't last very long because they put them out on the floor. They're gone like that.
Oh yeah, and always keep some mink oil with you too, for your footwear.
We actually have what was it? That snow stuff for watering. Okay, it's Snow Seal.
And believe it or not, if you keep your boots clean, hit them with Scotch Guard.
Oh, I have Scotch Guard. Trust me, I use it for my tents all the time.
You got it. That actually works on your boots too.
Oh, I know.
Oh, just to add, but probably because Colan would probably eventually mention this, obviously. But generally in the preparedness community, well, even in the bushcrafting community, right? For the most part, everyone replaces their laces with paracord, for example, or adds the ferro rod
Okay,
tips.
give me a second. Here, let me show you something. This actually
All right.
came from the gathering last year, thanks to Molly. Thank you, Molly.
Welcome.
She says you're welcome.
You know what these are, CR?
Oh, yeah, because I just said it like 10 seconds ago.
No, I was wearing paracord shoelaces up until that point, until
Yeah.
Molly won these, and she made me switch out my paracord shoelaces for these.
Yeah, it's funny is he wouldn't lace up his boots at night, and you can see him walking across the asphalt.
Yeah, it sparks.
Hey, that's good. Hey, I think I see Colin. He's part.
It's a really good deal. I mean, I have multiple ferro rods on me at all times when I'm wearing those boots.
Yeah. Colin would sparkle when he walked.
Thank you. At least you didn't
No, this
make
is a good
Twilight
way.
situation mentioned. So
This is a good way to have, per se, extra gear on you that's redistribute somewhere else on your body, right? So you don't
Right.
feel it on your back.
exactly.
You know, having cargo pockets or whatever, right? You're distributing the weight somewhere else on your body. You're still carrying it all, don't get me wrong, but it's down lower, below your waist, right? You don't notice it as much.
And
There
always
is.
a pencil and a tablet.
I do have one item that I'm carrying that is not standard, but it's in remembrance of my dad. My dad was a veteran. He was a Marine. I only use the word "was" because he's gone now.
No, he went to go regroup.
Yeah, he's mustering up front next to the general since he was a general's driver.
Marines don't die; they go to regroup.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, at his funeral, they did a 21 gun salute.
Yes.
I got one of the rounds from there. And the 1/2 inch wide, 6-inch long ferro rod I got from Cliff fits inside it.
Nice.
So
Like it was always meant to be.
I'll be using it as a handle for those 1/2 inch ferro rods from now on. So it's not going to be glued in, but it's going to be pinched snug where I can use it for in case of emergency. That's going to be in my truck at all times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And does anybody carry one of these?
If we could see it.
Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second.
Oh, carpenter and pencil sharpener.
You got it.
I carry pencil sharpeners. It's in my bag.
Yeah.
You can make shavings with these, so you can start your fire.
Well, see,
Oh,
I want
I've got
to. I
one.
want.
Okay, go ahead.
I was going to address something because who was it? Really Big Monkey. David Pearson did a video on this. I know I've been asked about this before. It's like, oh, I got a knife or whatever, right? Well, not everyone knows how to make feather sticks, right?
Yeah.
And generally, feather sticks you need 2 hands, give or take, right? You can give a pencil sharpener to a kid, to someone that doesn't have the experience or the skill of making feather sticks, and they can make shavings for you while you're still making feather sticks.
Yeah.
Right? And
Now this is actually magnesium too.
oh, that's good. That's good. But that's how I see it, right? Because people were asking me, it's like, but I know how to do this. It's not just for yourself, right? It could be, let's say your kid, Jason, your kids, if they didn't know how to make feather sticks, here's a pencil sharpener. There's
You
some
got it.
sticks. Yeah, right.
Hey,
At least
this
then they
works
can do something.
I've got one
Well, and
that works better too for me anyway, because I use wood arrows. It's a tapering tool for my arrows for when I put on tips or nocks. It's basically 2 pencil sharpeners in one, which I carry with me.
Yeah.
So I can make new arrows. So that's a good thing.
well, let's see. Just to add one more thing, the other thing about pencil sharpener is you can do that while you're walking. Generally,
Yep.
you can't make feather sticks while you're walking. Or in a vehicle, in a moving vehicle, because it's unsafe, right? But I can work a pencil sharpener while I'm moving.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, so for how much little weight it costs in terms of carrying it, you get a lot of functionality, and you can do things, not necessarily do things you can't do with a knife, but you can do it at times that you can't use a knife, if that makes any sense. Like in the vehicle, right? I can make shavings in the vehicle while we're going, and it's safe. Not like I'm not handling a knife while I'm in a vehicle. Right? That's
Well, like I said, my tapering tool is basically a bigger version of what you were talking about,
Yeah.
or the other one I carry. It just gives bigger curls. That's all. I was talking to Dan Herbert T Outdoors.
Mhm.
and he actually came up with a point on something. When Jason and Cliff made their Swedish fire torch,
Yeah.
the curls from that.
Yeah, yeah.
So I hadn't thought about it, and I think, yeah, that'd make a good fire starter that way because being able to reuse what you already got going.
Mhm.
And that little Scotch eye, has like a triple function. The drilling of the holes, the making of the pegs, and tinder.
These things would be really hard to reproduce off the landscape
Exactly.
randomly.
So
That's why
Scotch
usually
eye,
the five.
you get the
I was
right
gonna say,
size Scotch eye, you can do that.
yeah, because that's where these 5Cs came from in the first place. These are things that are hard to reproduce, generally randomly off the landscape.
Oh, another thing that bothers me with some of these videos, what these people are making with these, that emergency wire saw.
No,
They don't use them correctly. A lot of them people don't.
I've tried one. It takes so much energy. It's like I might as well just take a hacksaw.
No, the thing is, everybody
Oh,
puts their fingers in there and they use to cut it. No, you don't.
you make
You
it
gotta
into a
find a
bow.
nice, good, a stick.
Sapling.
A bow's really good, and you make your bow saw out of it, and that's what you use.
I mean, one of these.
Yes.
But I've actually got something I've added to, not the bow saw section. I had an idea. This is for, in case you're using it for this piece here. You'll recognize it when I turn it this way.
Oh, it's a bearing.
That is a bearing for a bearing block, but I'm using a neodymium magnet as a handhold.
Oh, okay.
That way you don't burn up your hand.
Hey,
And also,
you know what? You know what, Colin? If you have that that sail needle, you can improvise a compass if necessary.
I was just
now
going
you have
to
a bag.
say that.
Yeah, right.
But also, remember not to pack this stuff too close to your compasses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's having one of these and one of the bearings. This is what I got from Cliff. That's what I'm going to use. He did mention making the bow saw out of these instead of trying to do it by hand.
Yeah.
And this one's not. It's just a really rough hewn wire, braided wire.
Mm.
Now,
Yeah,
because that's to take a lot of calories just to cut stuff with these.
Oh yeah, it does. I tried cutting a little stick and I'm like, my gosh, I could have just broke it through a different means.
I tried with what is considered a pocket chainsaw once that I had.
Yeah.
I ended up
how'd
giving
that
it
go?
away because it put you burn too many calories using it.
Yeah,
it's not worth the light weight compared to an axe or an actual saw.
I mean, I got my hatchet and I've got my my folding saw.
Yeah, like a pruning saw and stuff like that.
Yeah, this is a simple little Black & Decker pruning saw.
Mm-hmm.
It's not very big, not very, it's pretty aggressive, I guess. Paid $5 for it at $1 General.
Mm-hmm.
Now, would I want to? Is it going to last forever? Nope, because this is really cheap plastic. But it is foldable and it does lock, which is a bonus.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not a Fiskars. It's not a heavy duty.
Yeah, but they would probably still
boy
work better than any wire saw.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
This is
for a little bit more
processing
weight,
wood.
right?
This
A
is
little
not
bit more
for
weight.
projects though. This is for processing wood only.
Colin, let me ask you, that pocket chainsaw, how heavy is that?
Probably about same weight as this.
So yeah, it's not even worth it, eh?
It had two nylon handles,
mm-hmm.
and it just rolled up, sitting in the pouch. And the thing is, no matter how much I tried it, I mean, try to do this, it's hard on the shoulders. It is,
Mm-hmm.
because you got to maintain just enough pressure to keep it going without too much pressure to causing it to bind up. Because if you get it bound up, you got to hope that you didn't get halfway through the tree, because then the tree will pitch it right on top of it.
Yep.
Hey, Big Mike, how you doing?
And
By
knowing,
the way,
knowing your 3-cut method will help out quite a bit.
oh, yeah, but the thing is, they don't talk about that when people talk about pocket chainsaws. They don't. They said, "Oh,
Yeah.
these are so good to
I've seen
have."
a couple of videos that people have shown that for the
Right.
wire stuff. And it's like,
Doug has a question. He asked me a question about the best knife. The one that works best for you is my answer, because what
and
works
you actually have it with you.
and that you actually have. I mean, one of my favorites I do like my Moras. I have 3 different Moras. Each of them has their own specific task. I have my skinning knife, which I showed you guys earlier. I have a case knife for just basically junk work. I have
a Swiss Army knife on me.
just because.
I have a Swiss Army knife on my keys.
I have my my Sheffield pocket folding knife, which I got from my nephew. That is my utility knife, because I use that for pretty much everything. Like
I didn't realize you had a
screwdriver,
Sheffield.
as a box opener, you name it.
Mm.
I have my Gerber suspension. I use those mostly for pliers. They do have other options, but I use them for pliers.
Yeah, I generally use them for pliers too.
But it's just a matter of what the situation is, what I need it for, that kind of thing. But
Yeah.
as a bug out situation, hey, Cliff, glad you can make it.
What's up, Cliff?
The link is at the top of the chat.
He's probably like, holy cow, Sierra's in the chat on the panel.
CR has been here from the beginning.
I was
Literally, he was
first.
the first one in.
I was first. I was in before the stream started.
No, I mean, but as a basic bug out bag, it's all a matter of what you can safely carry. My bag is 24.7. That may seem to be a lot for some people, but it works for me because I practice carrying that. CR, he carries his. I don't know what Jason's doing with his, but he looks like he froze. Did he freeze?
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah, he froze.
I think that answers our question.
Yep.
Never mind. But yeah,
Well, Cliff, you're more than welcome to come on up.
Yeah, join the conversation. I was gonna say was, yeah. So I have like a pocket knife in my pocket right now, right? So, but that's everyday carry. All right.
Okay. As I was telling you about my containers that I have, this one here, I've shown this off before because it is my MSR kit. I'm not sure if I ever told you this, CR, but how much do you think I paid for this kit? As it stands.
2, 3, 4, or 5.
7.
Okay.
And in it, you see the main one with the lid right here. That's the main pot. This can act as a plate. That's how flat it is. Inside that, not counting this yet, was a bowl.
Nice.
Inside that was an MSR kettle. Plus the handle, a small thing. And the only thing I don't have in here is the Camp Suds bottle that I originally came with it. I need to get another one, but because Camp Suds is so useful. But this one here, when I first got it, I didn't recognize what it was because it says Mountain Safety Research. I didn't get it. I was trying to figure out that.
Is that the knob? Is that wood or plastic?
It's plastic.
Are you sure it's going to be able to handle the fire?
Oh yeah, it has. Here comes Jason's back. Welcome back.
Hello, we temporarily lost internet.
I thought so because I saw you were like bent over and we saw your butt. That's all we could say. Cliff just came in, by the way.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that.
Playing Swift.
No, but the thing is, for $7, I got extremely lucky, and I can boil water with any one of these 3 containers. It's a 3-in-1 system. But the main thing I can do, I can make coffee. That's a C that's
Oh.
not on the list.
No, the reason why I said that earlier, calling about handle, is because let's say if you have to put it in a much bigger fire, right?
Oh, if I
You know
did
what?
that, I've got something else for that.
Oh, okay. As long as you have some sort of contingency or something else you can use,
Oh,
or
yeah.
something like that.
I've got.
'Cause-
You can make one yourself, but a pot hanger is easy to make.
yeah, or something like that.
Yeah,
Also, a lid that helps you boil water faster or cook faster.
correct.
And you
The
can
thing
simmer
is,
stuff.
the lid only fits over the biggest one
Mm.
because it doesn't fit into the second smallest one. Because don't ask me why, it just is. But you have the kettle, you have the big pot.
Mhm.
So that's 2 places. Plus, I have my Pathfinder gear set up right here, which I could boil water in this,
Mhm.
or the cup, due to the fact I can hang it, both of those with this, and
Yeah.
the cup comes with a lid.
Cool.
So
Yeah,
I
that's
have
the
backups.
one. Yeah, that's the one thing I always look at the both the handles and the knob to make sure if I'm using an open fire for this, is it gonna melt or burn it? Because you're probably familiar with like that Stanley cook set
I like to eat.
Yeah,
commercially available. See, a lot of people replace the plastic knob on it with a key ring.
right. Well, the thing is, I have extra key rings in case I need it, but this right here, I picked it up because I wanted to. It has the measurements on the inside, as you can still see right there,
Hmm.
and I can hang this. I can hang my cup this way or with the. Give me a second. I gotta spread it out from time to time because it doesn't stretch out far enough sometimes. But I can just hang it like this, or I can put it into my bottle without the lid, obviously, and do the same thing. Just run it through a stick, either held at an angle or whatever. But yeah,
Yeah, you can make one of those what's it called what's with my head a toggle.
Yeah.
Uh,
a toggle
yeah, a
would work.
toggle, right? Yeah.
But I mean, I have key rings like this right here. There's a key ring right there.
I mean, I got key rings on my keys. Also, so as long as I have my keys, I'll be good for that if necessary.
Cliff, the only way you would not be presentable is unless you were naked.
And I'd be afraid.
We have seen you in your worst situations at the gathering last year.
Unless he's sunburnt.
Oh, he's
Again?
been flash burned and he's still on.
Yeah.
So that's not an excuse. But like you were saying, we were discussing earlier, but we could probably use the bag itself for carrying other things. I mean, maybe a small catching of a fish type of situation, maybe, or even using it for a snare as a catch bag for a snare, possibly. Who knows? But that's an option.
Yeah.
Ross is the
Well,
reason.
I think if you were gonna use it like that, that'd probably be a last ditch option, right?
Oh yeah, it's always a
because
last ditch option. The thing
because
is,
obviously if you're using the backpack for something else, the gear has to be somewhere.
right, and the thing is, I didn't get the pouch here. I found separate in a different location, different store. I saw it and I go, that'd be perfect for my gear. That's why I have it.
Yeah.
And it just, drawstring up, and I carry this on the outside of my backpack for it's the most accessible. I wish I could carry my hatchet, but I don't have a proper sheath for
Sheath.
it.
Yeah, I know. I found one. There's a slight chip in it. And I still had to reprofile it, but I don't have a sheath for it, so I'm still working on it.
Right.
But
Um,
I got it for like $6. What can I say, right? I
nothing
mean,
wrong with that. That's a good deal.
yeah. All right.
Now, like I was saying, I have my Transias, both of them right now, that I can use those with conjunction with 3 different stoves.
Mhm.
Not only do I have it with my flat pack old tin sterno style, I can use it with my folding mesh one, or I can use it with my wood gas stove.
So the gear that's in your bag kind of works well together.
It works well for me because I practice with it. But yeah,
Yeah,
because
because I was gonna say one of the videos I've seen about people evaluating a pre-made kit is that sometimes the pre-mates, not all of them, but some of them don't work. The items don't work well together. Like you figure, oh, I could screw it into this. No, it doesn't work like that. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So
Let me show you the. Uh, oh, here it is. Okay, this is for years. I carried this, which I still carry, and I won't get rid of it because it works. Is this? This is a sterno folding stove.
Mhm.
Now, are they good for cooking? With sterno, no. But with a little bit of modification to the bottom part where the sterno usually sits, I can put a Trangia or knockoff thereof on there.
yeah, so you can use it with your alcohol stove. You can use it with sticks.
Yeah,
Stuff like
that's the
that.
thing. You can set this up as a wood burner
Yeah,
if you needed to,
put
because
hot
it's
coals in there, whatever.
because it's tin, not aluminum.
Hmm.
And I've spray painted it with heat high temp paint. I need to redo it, but yeah. And the fact is, it flat packs, which is one of the things I like about it. I'd
Yeah,
rather being able to fold down flat than anything else.
yeah, because space is a premium in a bag or in a kit.
Exactly. Now, the newest edition is this one. I picked this up, I think, last month from Timu, actually. And this one here actually works in conjunction with my wood gas stove, but can it be used by itself? This by itself is super heavy duty. Look at the weave on that.
Ooh.
That is beefy. It is actually pretty heavy too. So you can use it as for cooking over under. Put sticks down there, use it that way. You take the grill off and put it on top of the grate for the wood gas stove.
Hmm.
Let's see if I can get that. I can show you what I mean. Oh, it's right here in front of me. Well, stupid me. Because one of the things I found, because this is the top of my wood gas stove with those 3 triangles, my pots and stuff would not fit here. But using this upside down as an example, I can set it on top like that. Now I have this big cooking surface, and my stuff won't tip over.
Mm. Nice, nice.
And then these can come off or be adjusted because there's 2 adjustment holes on either side.
Mm.
So as I got it right now, it allows me to.
So you have flexibility with the gear.
Yeah, I can use it for more than one thing. As they always say,
Yeah,
if
and
it doesn't
the
have
versatility, I guess.
It's a multitasker.
Yep, I'd rather have it be.
Versatility.
It's the only thing is that I'm actually happy and sad about it is that this is heavy. This is real. I mean, this thing will outlast me most likely. And Ian's gonna say, "Hey, Dad, I got your stove." So, yeah.
Can I have your stove? Okay.
Oh, he said, "Don't worry about it. It's gonna be mine when you die." By the way, that's a direct quote from Ian.
Mm.
Most of my gear is going to go to him when I die. His quote. I told
You
him,
know,
you can say, I understand you can think it, but don't say it. It's very depressing.
I know you're not supposed to say it out loud.
Well, he actually did that with when I got something wrong, when I bought a bow a while back when I was living over in Milo, I ordered a bow. It's supposed to be left-handed. It came in right-handed. He looked at it.
That'll be mine someday.
No. He said mine and walked off with it. He kept it.
Oh. He's like,
Can't use it.
He uses it.
oh, he does? Oh, okay.
Yeah. He can pull it back. It's a 55-pound bow. He can pull it back.
Mm.
It's a takedown longbow. It was a beautiful bow. It just knocked my hand. I'm still waiting to see anybody else to pop up.
Let me ask you guys something here.
Sure.
What do you guys use to strike your ferrocerium rod if it's in your bag? What do you use? Or what would you use?
Okay,
What's in your
what
bag?
can I use?
Like, I know you have a piece of flint, Colin.
No,
No,
I got more than that.
okay. And I know you guys are carrying cutting tools, right? But because I'm always a big proponent, because like the flint, you can lose the flint, you can lose your knife or wear down the edge or whatever, right? And yes, you can use the quote unquote sharp side of the blade, but
No, see
I
what I'm
don't like
showing you
doing.
right there?
I don't like doing that.
This is part of my shoelaces. I got 2 strikers just in my shoelaces. I have.
Yeah. So yeah.
I'm not done yet. I got more.
Oh.
This is the one that Ian got me. That works well with my flint and steel, by the way.
Yeah.
Is my necklace.
Nice.
This is a piece of jasper, which is funny because I live in Jasper County.
Me too.
I know you do. I know you guys do too. But Ian got this for me for a quarter on my birthday. And I could use it with my ferro rod. I could use it with my flint and steel.
Hey, if you really have to use it in an emergency, it'd be well worth that quarter.
I have tested it. It does work.
Yeah.
And it's also very pretty. So I wear. And by the way, this is a piece of serving string for my bows. So it's all archery related to me. And as well as I tested out the back of my folding saw.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, like if you have a folding saw, would say even a mirror, these kind of surfaces can strike your ferrocerium rod, obviously.
Oh yeah.
Right.
And I counted out one time how many ferro rods I carry on me when I have my backpack with me.
Yeah.
I have 10 I carry with me every day.
Mm.
I didn't realize I had 10 until someone asked me how many I actually carry, and I had to stop and think about it. With the exception of the big 6-inch, half-inch one, the diameter one, which is the one that has my dad's shell on it, the rest of them are on me usually.
Yeah.
I carry a magnesium block in one with a ferro rod in one pocket, a Colan's fire.
Yeah, you showed
one in my left
that
pocket.
early. Yeah.
I carry this one in my fire kit.
Mhm.
I got 3 on my my boots.
Yeah.
And a couple others. I got one in my my Hudson Bay survival tin. I have another one with 6-inch square one with my fat wood.
Mhm.
So I have
the reason why I bring up the strikers is it's all good when you have the ferrocerium rod, but you need to strike it with something. And yes, you could probably potentially find the rock, but if it's in the middle of winter, that's probably gonna be hard, and you have to look for it. Right? It's just easier just to have stuff on you.
Okay, this is the kit that I got from the Army surplus store.
Yeah.
It's, as you can see, it's a 1/2 inch.
Mhm.
But there's the striker. They came with it.
Yeah.
And which
Like,
really
I know
cool. They're made up. They got deer antler and they got the little feather motif on it, on both of them. So I have strikers. I have ferro rods. I have things that you don't normally use for ferro rods with me at all times.
Yeah. Like I know you can use the sharp side of a blade, but yes, you'll get sparks out of it, but it will wear down the edge.
I actually have something that's I found out by accident that actually is really, really freaking cool. I'll tell you guys about the pocket knife that I carry, the Sheffield. That one is my utility knife for a reason.
Be quiet.
Well, at least the dog finds it's exciting too.
Give me a second here. I'm going to show you why. Also, I'm going to show you my extra bit of paracord that I picked up the other day because I couldn't beat the price of 38 cents. And this is the paracord I picked up the other day.
Oh yeah.
Not very much, but this is the Colan's ferro rod. The striker that came with it is, I don't like it at all, but that's the striker. To prove the brand name, it says Colan's right there.
I'm gonna have to dig out the grinder here in the next week.
This
Like,
is what I use for my ferro rod. What part do you think I use?
a hole.
The hole. You know why?
Because it's square.
Because there's a hole.
Because it doesn't strike one surface, it strikes two. Because you put it at an angle, you get this. You strike at the top and bottom at the same time. So you're getting two strikes, not just one. And you don't have to worry about damaging your blade.
Yeah, I mean the blade. To me, I always think using the blade or the sharp end of a cutting tool is the last resort.
I mean, I can
Striking.
do it a little bit on the back side of my knife, but that hole already has a 90-degree angle in it. And when you hit it just right, you can strike two surfaces. I mean, I barely strike that, and a little spark came out of it. No.
Mhm.
It's just this one here is like a little eighth one. It's not that big, but it fits through that hole. And the other one is I got a magnesium block with a little slit on it on the other side. But
Yeah. Well, I'll give you guys. I won't give you guys the sneak peek because I would have to go get it. But let's just say I've modified the striker on mine to add extra functionality in, without increasing the weight.
well, I could also probably use like this too.
Yeah.
Just a simple little file. Do the same thing. And
But
way
is that
that's
actually
enough.
in your bag though?
Actually, I carry this in my bag for a reason. This is what I use for sharpening my broadheads.
Okay. But not everyone's don't have a file on them, right? Or like a file like that on them.
Actually, a lot of people do. And a lot of their kits, they have little ones, whether they have a multi-tool with one or a Swiss Army knife with one. They come with little nail files.
Well, no, I'm talking about like a full size one.
No, this is a mini one for a reason.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I can tell.
This
You
is
had
a
it
type-
so close
this
to the
is my hand.
camera. I thought that was bigger than it seemed.
No, I have a big one, but this is my
Yeah.
mini one for my broadheads. This is just a touch-up one, not a full-on.
Mhm.
This was one just to hone it at the last second before you
Yes, I
hunt
did.
for the day.
Yeah.
Which is why I would carry that in my backpack with my gear as well instead of the big heavy-duty one.
Yeah. Because once I actually show these bags and the contents, you'll see this kind of thing that I started to do. I started to modify everything.
Well, one of the things we really haven't really discussed, even touched on yet, is communication.
Coco.
You may
Yeah,
not have access to
10-4?
Huh?
10-4? Just kidding.
No, I mean, you can either have a simple one of these. It doesn't go very far, but it's something.
Hey, if you're in a vehicle, there's no cell reception, you can't make calls out. Well, that's next best thing.
An old Citizens Band radio. If you have one of those, little CB radio, those work really well, but they have limited range as well. But something's better than nothing. Now, I touched on in the past about a couple weeks ago, possibly getting a small handheld ham radio.
Mhm.
Now that, while you can, with the right proper antenna attachment, you can probably reach pretty far, but you got to have the right antenna in order to get the range you need.
Yep.
But you will have unfettered access to multiple channels that you can talk to other people who have the same kind of setup.
Mhm.
It also has a reverse effect that people you don't want to know that you're out there and you have a radio. And if they know how to follow radio signals, they can find out where you are.
Oh yeah, that's not hard.
If they have the skill. If they don't, I don't know how they would do it. So I'm not a radio guy, but my dad was.
Well, anyways, for some odd reason this has not made it into my bag yet.
Which is it?
What's that?
These,
Really?
No, your saw blades.
my folding saw.
You just got that one too, didn't you?
Yeah, a while back.
I thought you were gonna added that into the bag since like the next day after.
Yeah, I haven't done it yet.
Is that the one that handles the sawzall blades?
Yeah, I remember that stream.
Yeah.
Okay. And those that could be used when they're dull, you can still use them as use them for your ferro
Sure.
rods and stuff.
No, you sharpen them up for a blade.
Well, you
Yeah,
can still
you
use them for
reprofile.
starting fires with too.
You make your knife.
A fillet knife.
A nice long one if you wanted to.
Well, that aren't most fillet knives long and skinny.
Hey, you know what, Jason? Having something like that is probably gonna be a little bit more efficient than a wire saw. Just saying.
Oh yeah. Well,
But
not
that
only
wait, 2 or 3 inches
that,
tops.
even the 12-inch ones will fit on here, but you can't fold it up. But you
Yeah.
can put them on here. I just have the flesh cut saw on here right now.
Yeah, and the saw is really hard to reproduce.
No, you're true. If you go to some place that has like antique saws, blades, and stuff, like the what's those big honking ones, crosscut saws.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Not those can be used for multiple things, not just.
There's still enough room I can add more saws.
There you go.
I got one in
Yeah.
here for plastic, metal.
Well, depending on the
Running saw.
situation. Depending on the situation, you may have to quote unquote fabricate or make something. And having some tools could be useful.
I don't have a favorite, Doug, because I have not decided on any of them yet.
They're all my favorite.
I don't have one yet, so
Yeah.
I was looking at one that I thought was a sea to shore radio at work, and while I had the money for it, I wasn't sure how well it would work in the middle of the United States.
That's one thing I have not put in the bag yet. Flatware.
Oh, you like knife, fork, and spoon?
Yeah.
I carry that with me wherever I go. I've got my military set. The old knife, fork, and spoon of U.S. Army ones.
Yeah.
I carry that one everywhere. Those things are freaking durable as all get out.
Well, you can actually go to Walmart and pick up those ones for $1.99. They'll do just fine.
Yeah, but mine, they seat inside each other, and the fact is, mine have
That's
been
what I'm
around
talking
since
about.
1942, and they're still going strong.
That's what
Is
I'm
it-
talking about. The
Is
ones
it-
that got the little pins in there, you put it on there and you slide them down and lock them in.
I don't
Yeah,
like
I
those.
got a few of those.
It's better than nothing.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
A
and they
spork
nest quite nicely.
would work. But the thing is, the only sporks I've ever had were plastic ones that you get from KFC.
Well, it's not a spork. It is 3 separate pieces.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah. Now I want to go dig mine out.
But I use a knife, fork, and spoon set from the U.S. military. Why? Because more of the combination of nostalgia and the fact is that they're freaking durable as all get out.
And carry zip ties with you and duct tape.
Duct tape is on my list of stuff I need to pick up. I don't need a huge freaking roll, but I do need some.
Yeah, well, I have electrical tape in mine, and I got zip ties.
I'm not a fan of electrical tape because it doesn't stick, depending on what temperature is out. Because they have a tendency to the
sticks to
sticky part
itself.
tends to melt.
It sticks to itself.
But that's it. Unless you wrap it around a couple times, it's not going it's not going to be doing anything. Because one swipe on that stuff, it wouldn't hold a box together.
No, I have the good stuff. I don't got some of that cheap stuff. And they stick to everything. And then the gooey, sticky stuff is on you.
Oh yeah. Okay. Does anybody happen to know the military nickname for duct tape?
I know what the jumper cables are called.
I'm asking about duct tape. CR, any clue?
I probably heard it before. I don't remember.
Shrug.
Nope.
Handyman
Hmm?
secret weapon.
Yeah, well, that is a handyman secret weapon, but no. They call it 100-mile-an-hour tape.
Oh, so that's
Yeah, duct tape is easier
You know why they call it 100-mile-an-hour tape?
because it stays on for 100 miles an hour.
Then anything over that, it falls off. They have some that are 500-mile-an-hour tape, and they're not kidding. It's like Gorilla tape on steroids.
Well,
You can't. I mean, if you stuck it to your skin, it would peel skin off of you.
listen, when my dad worked at the airport, they had this aluminum tape that stuck really good, and they called that mock tape.
I've heard of that too.
Yeah, that stuff is not cheap.
Okay, CR, I'm going to ask you the same question. You asked me that question, I want your answer. Because I don't have a ham radio, but I want to get one. But because my
Neither
dad,
do I.
huh?
Neither do I.
Well,
Neither
If you have
do
your
I.
ham radio, you have to have your license as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. That's another
we
thing
do
too.
talk about that, but if it's in a grid down situation, and that's the only radio you have, use it because they can't follow you by looking up your name online or anything like that because you're not in the system. But that's last resort deal.
Yeah. Make sure it's actually an emergency.
Yeah. I mean,
Right.
if a
You
tornado
know,
goes
grit
through,
down, there's a hurricane, something like that, a fire. Yeah, that's justifiable. They'll let you know.
exactly. Well, unless there's someone trying to break into your house, that's the only way you can get out. If they cut the phone.
Yeah, yeah. If you can explain it after, they'll be like, okay.
But I don't have a favorite handheld ham radio because I don't know all. Baofeng is supposed to be pretty popular, but I don't know anything about them.
I know. I need to find out more too. That's kind of like a low number on my preparedness right now.
The
Wait,
only
like,
thing I would
maybe
worry
a two.
about is because they're Chinese, and if they pull a Red Dawn situation, they would know all our codes because if everybody's using Baofeng radios. If that makes any sense.
Noted.
Now, I get somebody here to speak Cajun. Figure that one out.
Cherokee. Like with the Wind Talkers back in World War II. Not everybody knows Cherokee.
Nope, it's still not written.
Nope, it's all verbal. And the
I don't know
movie
Cherokee.
Wind Talkers is a real deal.
Oh, yeah.
It did happen. They tried capturing a Wind Talker and they couldn't just get him to talk. Well, folks, I hate to say this, but I am getting extremely tired. My eyes are really heavy right now, and I still got to pack up all this gear
Good night,
back
Cliff.
in my bag.
Hey, Jason, would you like to talk after?
Yeah, we can.
All right.
You guys can borrow my green room if you want. I don't have a problem with it because that'll do you the best. If you don't have to leave, I can just leave, and you guys just shut it down afterwards. That way you can use if you need to make any links and stuff, you can use that. But yeah, it's not too early for sleep for me. I'm just tired.
Weak sauce.
Huh?
It's like weak sauce.
Okay, I'm also about almost 20 years older than you.
Oh yeah.
I'm just tired. I've had a day. Just leave it at that. But thank you all for coming, and hopefully we can continue this conversation next week, or and I've got more stuff I got to do leading up to the Watch Your County Flea Market and our Bug Out Bag Challenge there.
Oh, and don't forget, Colan, put the stuff back in the bag right after.
That's as soon as I shut down here. That's the first thing I'm doing.
Yeah.
Because I've got to get everything back where it belongs. Because that way, it looks like a bomb exploded.
Hey, you know how they
Well, it won't be ready because you have it everywhere.
I know.
I got a Booch commercial.
I don't even know idea what commercial I even have. I didn't even look to the YouTube side.
So, like I said, our devices are listening to us.
They are.
I've got a tryhomeaglow.com, whatever that is.
USA.
and it's a house cleaning setup. So who knows? It's a cleaning service. They have been listening.
Yep.
But thank you guys for coming. I really appreciate it.
All right, Mike. Good night.
Take care, everyone.
Night, everybody.
Sleep well.
You guys can borrow the green room, like I said.
Alrighty.
Yep.
So I'm going to watch my commercials and while I clean up my gear because I got to get ready for tomorrow. Be well. Take care. And also lasagna. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Colan's awesome.